BOK started through the adoption of our daughter Kennedy. In 2009, we got matched with our daughter Kennedy, and our adoption agency started sending us pictures of her, and we fell in love with her, and we started plans to bring her home. We got all our vaccinations and started thinking about what we were going to pack. And then one night we got some pictures from a friend that had met Kennedy and got to spend time with her. And we were just staring at these pictures and so excited to see it. The next morning, I got a phone call from our social worker through our agency and telling us that Kennedy had passed.
Katie and I were crushed. We were just crushed. And But through Kennedy, God called us to do something, God called us to start a ministry, and we started a ministry called Because of Kennedy.
At the beginning, as God started to move in Rudy and Katie's hearts, they started to share this vision that they had with, that God gave them. They started to share this vision that they had. And they got to share it with some friends, and I was one of those people that got to hear this vision for the very first time. And when I heard their vision, when I heard what they wanted to do, how they wanted to minister to orphans and to the vulnerable, I felt like that touched my heart. As a dad of a child who was an orphan in China, there was something that just resonated deeply in me at to what they were doing. And my wife, my family, and I got behind Because of Kennedy at the very beginning. And our lives are better because of Kennedy.
The first thing we do is we meet the emergency needs of these families and also help get this child in school. So we provide for a child's education. The second thing that we do is really important is we try to empower the guardian of this child. So this could be an aunt or a single mom or a grandmother, whoever's raising this child. And we empower them by teaching them how to save for, plan for, start and run a locally sustainable business.
I've been sponsoring a little girl for 2 years. Her name is Sina. I originally heard Katie and Rudy talk about this one Sunday at church and just felt it in my heart that this is something I needed to do. So I flipped through the book and found this one little girl for no particular reason. I looked at her face and just thought, she's my little girl, because I have all boys in my family. But now, since I've been to Ethiopia and I've met these people and formed relationships with not just the guardians, but many of the children, and sat and played with them, I think being able to stay in touch with them is much more important to me. So I plan to write more letters, be able to ask them questions about how things are going for them, and let them know that I'm praying for them and that they're important to me.
With $42 a month, it provides many things for our program. First, for the children, it provides schooling. It provides, so that's their school fees. It provides their pencils, exercise books, their uniforms. Importantly, it provides medical coverage that they've never had before.
About 5 or 6 years ago, I got the chance to go with Rudy to Ethiopia and see a little bit of this place, this space, kind of a holy space where Rudy and Katie felt God leading them to make a difference in the lives of orphans and the vulnerable. And to be able to stand there, to be able to listen, to be able to interact, even though we couldn't speak the same language, to be able to connect at the heart level was something that was so God-inspired that I wanted more of. And over the last couple of years, our family has gotten involved, deeply involved with Because of Kennedy. And my wife and I, my oldest daughter, have all been to Ethiopia to try to learn, to try to grow, to try to help this ministry grow. And each time we go, there's something that God does inside of us. What Because of Kennedy has done for us is that it's given us a common narrative we now have something that we together as a family get to participate in. This monthly support that we send back to Ethiopia is something that has benefited not just Tariq in Ethiopia, but it's benefited us as a family. We get to share our experience together. We get to talk a little bit about where this money is coming from and where this money is going. We get to talk together about what we should give Tariq for his Christmas gift. We get to think a little bit about how we could write letters to him. And this common narrative has helped us in this very crazy, chaotic world that we live in. It's helped center us. It's helped us to recognize what really matters most in life, and that's to care for others, to love God and to love others. And this is just one incredible way that our family gets to love others.
One of our favorite parts about this ministry is building relationships from people in the U.S. to people in Ethiopia, vulnerable families and children in Ethiopia, and people from the U.S. We love to see these relationships develop. It's a big part of what our ministry does, is foster these relationships, because it's really our sponsors that are investing in this family. We're there and we're training, but for our families and our beneficiaries in our program, knowing that they have somebody here in America who's praying for them, who cares about them, who wants to know their needs and wants to understand what their family looks like. It's a huge part of what we do. It's trying to foster these relationships.
The difference is, once I traveled to Ethiopia and saw how my sponsorship dollars were at work, live, on the ground there within their ministry, and working side by side with some of the individuals that work for Because of Kennedy, and seeing the outreach and the love and the support and the just pure giving of the individuals that are a part of this organization, I felt like the $42 I was giving each month was not enough.
We're always excited when someone chooses to sponsor a family. It means so much to us because they're supporting our program, but more importantly, it means so much to these families in Ethiopia. So we have a large gap in the number of families that still need to be sponsored. So I want to encourage you to go to our website and to sponsor a family today.
I'm so excited and honored to be part of the Cause of Kennedy, and we look forward to you joining our team as well. Whether it be going with us on a trip to Ethiopia, sponsoring a child, participating in our fundraising activities, or just praying for us. All of these activities are deeply appreciated, and we're grateful for all your support. Thank you for all you've done, and we look forward to you participating in our next activity.
As the pastor at Sanctuary, I love to be able to champion this and encourage Because of Kennedy with the people in our body. I love for people around here to be able to get behind something that is not just a place where you write a check, but it's to get behind a ministry that's really making a difference, and making a difference not even just with clothes or with shoes, but to make a difference with the heart, with the soul. And that's something that we as a church have benefited from. So I'm thankful for the ministry of Because of Kennedy.